Greetings and salutations, this is another Dragon Bros video. Of late I've been doing a lot of stuff to do with, professional wrestling, Power Rangers, and literally making Brett Cooper's videos into Swiss cheese, one of my favorite dairy byproducts. But I'm going down a different path in this video. No, I'm not doing anything silly or dangerous, or I'm not doing like what the fucking Paul brothers do. I'm talking to you about a great and wonderful product. And here it is. Noodles. Something so basic can be the basis of many a wonderful and delicious meal. As I've come in within my 40 bit years on this planet, actually make that 40 years 10 months, since I'll be turning 41 in July. The one thing I've found, I love about the noodles is that it's so varied, it's so beautiful, and just in its simplicity alone, where you can just cook it up, put a little bit of the cooking water in with the broth sachet, dump the rest of the water out, put the noodles in. It is like a stepping stone of flavor. Or you can add some soy sauce to the powder and make it like a thick sauce. This is where I am truly a believer of the wonderfulness and the tastiness of the noodle. It's not that it is a struggling person's meal, or it's a meal dedicated to people in college ages within the is that young person starting up meal set. There are a myriad of wonderful flavors, tastes, and textures that you can associate with the humble noodle. As you can get a little bit of stock, freshly made stock. Boil that up. You can boil a little bit of it up, put the noodle in there, watch the noodle expand, separate, and absorb all that beautiful broth flavors. You got within that broth, you could have sweetness of carrots, the zestiness of the zesty bite of an onion, tartness of tartness of lime, and an earthy the earthy taste of mushrooms. The beauty of it all is the new, you can take away the sachet and can do anything with the noodle. And one of the things I found out is and this was when I was a lot younger, is this. And I'm just only showing you one way during this video on why noodles are so amazing and so delicious. Get out the packet. To split you up a bit more. See, it's now broken up into like little chip form. Get the sachet. Put a small amount in there. Ooh. And there you have it. Chicken flavored noodle snack. Mmm. Oh yeah. Mm. Just for that simple snack that took like, it's like a couple of minutes. I showed you that's real time that I showed you how to do a wonderful noodle snack. And it's just like, just doing that alone can lead to greater options, greater flavors. There are some places in the world where you can buy the same cheese powder as in Kraft mac and cheese. Sprinkle a little bit of that in there. When like it's mostly thicker. And when you finish it off, you got this, when you finish cooking it, you got this nice cheesy insert flavor of sachet noodle. And you can add like a little bit of pickle on top, and not just pickles, like pickled, like slice up some pickled onion, like, you know, quarter and sprinkle over the top. Add some dill pickles and put that over the top. And it's just so amazing to have. Like, just imagine like pickled vegetables on top of noodles, which is coated in a nice cheesy original sachet flavor sachet flavor. Then you got add a little bit of tomato sauce on top of that, and you got a burger, or add a bit of mayonnaise. Kewpie mayonnaise, which is my favorite mayonnaise of all time. And it's just like so amazing to think that you got like this, like the text, like this cheesy noodly texture with the fresh, with the deliciousness of like the delicious flavor profile of wonderful pickled vegetables, and you got like the Kewpie mayo or tomato ketchup on it, which is and you can, and just by doing this, doing like, if you do it a bit more, you got yourself a nice, instead of, finding some stale bread, toasting it up and cutting it up into squares and putting it through like a salad, aka making croutons. These can be your croutons. One thing I found out, that chicken flavored noodles is a great substitute for chips. Like the chips and dip that you would do. If you're in a pinch and you have some mates coming over to watch like a movie, a documentary series, or binge out a TV show of your choice, or even a sporting event, those are the best way to do it. One time they actually did turn into powder and mixed it in with some tomato soup and made like a tomato dip. But that's like the basis and the wonderfulness of this dish. There's nothing that can beat the noodle. Yeah, I know people in some parts of Europe and the North American continent will be saying, "Oh, bloody old chap, what about the humble potato?" Or how the North American will put it, "Golly, mate, what about the damn potato? You forgot about the damn potato." I haven't forgotten about the potato. I just think that noodle is a far superior starchy product. And it's just so amazing to actually have this sort of this mindset. Like, you can, for like a sweet, tangy sauce, with just like the little bit of pineapple juice. Pour the pineapple juice in with the boiling water. Boil it down so like all the flavors build up, and you got yourself a delicious pineapple flavored noodle. And on that you can make it into like a more of a tropical dish where you can chop up some fresh papaya, some fresh mango, and drizzle on top. Wonderful. Tasty. Yummy. Mango. Like, the pineapple noodle is the center. You got the papaya. You got the mango. You can even dust on top of that coconut. And it's just so amazing to have this sort of, like, to see what the noodle can do. Vegetable soup, like as I may mention with vegetable soups, you can add that in there, soak it up, and with like the starch leaks into the salt, like leak into the broth. Starch leaking into broth getting sucked up into the noodle. Inject more starch. Like it, like the noodle breathes out the starch and sucks in beautiful flavor. Like how you and I would, like we would go, breathe out carbon dioxide and breathe in helpful oxygen. That is what noodles is. You can make it a living organism. And in the future, I'll be doing better than Jack and Kay cooking videos in the future. And I'm going to be telling you straight up, most of them are going to be based around noodles. For the exception of the first one, I'm going to do Jack's garbage stew, with it being more healthier and one that you can actually take it to a potluck. Yes, that is a huge cannon fire too. Cooking with Jack. And you know, it's just so amazing to think that the noodle is one of the best things you can think of. The DNA starts off with the noodle. Like the DNA of the meal can start with the noodle. You can have a 3-course noodle meal. Don't think that I be crazy. Don't think that I am nuts. Don't think that I am one of them crazy Antifa people. Or any of those people who say, oh, this ain't right, this ain't right, this ain't right, well. I used to be one of them, but now I'm not. Or just think I am fully schizo, crazy who needs to be sent away for a long time. No. I am not any of those. A long thinking process, you can actually make a 3-course meal with noodles. Firstly, you can soak the noodles. Literally open it out, like that. Put in like cheese. Put in like some pickled cucumber. Add some roast chicken to it. Roll it up. Cut it into segments. Just follow the natural line of the noodle. Maybe put it on top of some sushi paper and roll it up like that. You replaced rice with the noodle, and you can put, as I said, bit of the pickled cucumber, as like a sliver of carrot, some roast chicken, like a long squirt of Kewpie mayo, maybe like a slice of avocado. You got yourself sushi. First course down. Second course. You boil up some noodles. Drain them out. Make a delicious Chinese sort of sauce. For my girlfriend and I, we prefer a delicious sweet and sour sauce. Though my girlfriend loves the chicken, I love more of a sweet and sour seafood medley. But like, just imagine that sweet and sour thing on top of a bed of noodles. Two meals. And the third meal is you can make a caramel, break the noodles, put it through the caramel. When the caramel cools down, you can break it up again, and put in some ice cream. That's that's a 3-course dinner using noodles. Sushi, a delicious Asia, like a Chinese. They can do like a Vietnamese. You can do Laotian. You can even do noodles and add like an Indian curry, or an Indian stew, or a slow cooked Indian stew. And then you can add like the crunch of the noodle to enhance the crunch of the brittle. Like that on top of ice cream. Like crunch on a soft, velvety, textured dessert. And I'm going to go literally insane for some people. You can have noodles for breakfast. Ah! Noodles for breakfast. Ah! Yep, you can have noodles for breakfast. Like, you would get some delicious, like, if you're going to make like if you're going to fry up some bacon, like put some bacon, some ham into like a frying pan, instead of tossing away the font, like those burnt, caramelized, Maillard reacted bits in the bottom, add some water to it. No. Add some ginger beer to it. Turn that into like a bacon, ham, ginger sauce. And all you have to do is add like 1 packet of noodles into the thing. Have the noodles absorb the ginger beer. Have the noodles absorb the ham. Like the smoky ham. The salty bacon flavors. And there you have it. Like you got yourself like another thing that you can add to your breakfast. You put like a little nest of that noodles. Put like a beautiful thick piece of like wedge of ham in it. Add like you cut 2 pieces of bacon in half. Put that in there. Put like a fried egg in the middle of it, sunny side up. Mwah. You got yourself one hell of a delicious breakfast noodle dish. And the spectrum of flavors is unknowable. To quote Professor Neil deGrasse Tyson, we do not know the true aspect of the stars in the heavens. We cannot count them with our mind, and I'm going to be now paraphrasing here. We can't count them with our minds or with the computers. And that, to me, is the universe of the noodle. It's like literally like the peak, like the peak food item. Then it just trickles down. Like you can say, oh, if I don't add the sachet, what else can I do with it? I know, I'll have it. I'll boil it plain. Chop up like a bit of steak that I had left over from dinner last night. Get a little bit of a vinaigrette going. Add a little bit of onion, a little bit of carrot, a little bit of corn. Boil some noodles up. Bung it all together, and you got yourself like a leftover dinner. Like not leftover dinner. You can have yourself a delicious dish for lunch the next day. Nice, delicious cold steak with a delicious vinaigrette with the carrot, corn, onions, and plain noodles. You can have plain. You can. Like I've done this once. Got some spring onion. Got some coriander. Got some fatty pork belly. A little bit of soy sauce. And some lime. And I turned what would be found in a pork roll and put that into a delicious dry pho. So delicious, that. So wonderful. Mwah. I did dry when I mean is like I boiled the noodles and made like a nest and that, stirred everything up, and I also had it dry by just just doing what I did before with these, and tossed it through the salad. Did that with that sort of noodle and rice noodle. And like with the rice noodle, it's soaked up like the soy sauce and the juices of like carrot, onion, spring onion, coriander. Like those flavors and those oils got soaked up into the rice noodle, like the dry rice noodle, and it just became like the limp. I added a little bit of hot water just so it could expand a bit, but still is so beautiful. And it just, and the list of things you can do with it go on and on and on. You can make a delicious burger with two like ramyun uh, packets of noodles. Replacing the bread with the noodle. And just so many wonderful things. And oh, sorry about that. My mind is wandering through the universe of flavor ideas. Put the same crushed noodles in with a sweet corn soup with a little dollop of sour cream on top. Oh, God, yes! And you can do the same thing with tomato soup. You can do things with French onion soup. Put them in there, making seeing like the noodle absorb all that flavor. You got yourself another texture. You got yourself another bit of wonder and excitement. And oh shit, I gotta finish off right here because I don't want this to be coming out like a 2.5, 3 hour long video. As I said, I'll make recipes and do cooking shows and that in the future. Destroying two of YouTube's worst cooks. And actually I will leave it there. And I shall be seeing you in the next video. Bye.